No way, the return of $1,200 stimulus checks. Now, I reported this to you as soon as it had come out about a week ago, and now we're getting more information on this coming out over the weekend. Now, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Is this likely to happen? This proposal that we heard about, this is suggesting $1,200 stimulus checks per month for the next 5 years to everybody, $600 for the dependents, and also the call for child tax credits to return, which they want that to be indefinite. Now, that child tax credit one seems a little bit more likely in my opinion. The stimulus check one is a little bit of a harder pill to swallow, I think, for Congress because that is going to have a hefty price tag. But you guys, there is more coming out on this over the weekend. So I'm going to share with you the latest and let me know your thoughts on this. Now take a look. Stimulus check proposal. What support is there for the idea of $1,200 monthly checks as this has been reintroduced? This was introduced 2 years ago. We just heard more information on this returning, and now over the weekend, a lot more on it. And here is why. Because we are hearing we're about to enter into a deep recession. People are still hurting. Promises have been unfulfilled by the Biden administration and Congress, and they're saying, no, we need more help for the American people. Send out some stimulus checks. Take a look. This one just coming out yesterday, updated stimulus update. New proposal could give Americans monthly $1,200 stimulus checks. Now, last year, we had heard that we were likely going to be having a recession here and stimulus checks would be needed, which is kind of a given. Stimulus checks are not a new concept to the pandemic. We've had them in the past. We will have them again. They arise when we need stimulation in our economy, and they're saying the next recession, it could be right now. And take a look at this. At the turn of the new year in 2023, 63% of Americans support the idea of new stimulus checks to combat inflation. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you support more stimulus checks? Despite the inflation, they're saying a lot of people, especially on fixed incomes, they need more help. Now, there are states that are sending out stimulus checks, but just to clarify, we're talking about in these articles on a federal level to everybody in the nation. Now, if you want more information on state, city, and county checks, I've got a list of over 100 different ones that are available at my website at www.reliefroadmap.com if you're interested. But in this article, we're going to be covering this new proposal for federal level $1,200 checks to everybody in the nation. Here's the actual bill that was released, the Support Act of 2021 being reintroduced in Congress. I mentioned this a week ago, and now over the weekend, more updates, more traction on this bill coming out. Here's the actual legislation, the text for you. So let's dive into these articles. And again, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. With the way inflation is going, this much spending, that is a lot. But we will see, because we're also hearing that it is very, very likely that if our economy nosedives and things go really bad, which we're hearing could be coming here very soon, stimulus checks are not off the table. They're saying they're very much so a possibility. But for the pandemic and the way things currently are with inflation, that is not looking very likely. But if our economy nosedives, we will see. Now, I'm going to read these articles to you so you can see the latest. I'll also link these in the description. As you guys know, I cite all the sources so you can see these actually came out over the weekend and get you caught up on the latest. Now, before we dive in, do me a quick favor. If you appreciate the updates, don't forget, smash the like button for me. Just takes a second. Helps me out a ton. If you want to stay up to date, totally free. Why not hit the subscribe button? Turn on that notification bell. If you want to help me come up with topics that the community might be interested in, we've got a great group in the members area. All you got to do is hit the join button. And also, if you want to see that video about a week ago when I announced this as soon as it came out, stick around to the end. I'm going to have a link for you on that as well. But with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and dive into this article. All right, so link in the description below to this article that just came out over the weekend. And again, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. As it says, stimulus check proposal. What support is there for the idea of $1,200 monthly checks? Now, the article says that Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar is once again raising awareness of her proposal to send out monthly checks of $1,200 to adults and an additional $600 to families with children. Now, this is going to be called the Support Act, and if passed, it would mandate that these payments be made over the course of the next 5 years at least. In an op-ed published by the Star Tribune, which is an outlet in the Congresswoman's home state, Representative Omar expressed her support for the actions taken by Governor Tim Walz to reduce child poverty and spoke to what must be done at the federal level. Now, one of the proposals the governor has made center is on providing a child tax credit to families in the state modeled after the enhanced credit passed under the American Rescue Plan, or the ARP. Under the ARP, the child tax credit increased in value from $2,000 to $3,000 for each child between 6 and 17 and $3,600 for each child under the age of 6. Also, instead of claiming the credit on one's tax returns, the IRS sent out monthly payments from July to December 21st and allowed the remaining value to be claimed when filing in 2022. Now, the changes to the child tax credits led to child poverty rates in the United States to fall by half. The fact that the enhanced credits made such deep cuts into the numbers of children living in poverty is evidence of the millions of families who earn just under what would be necessary to acquire goods and services needed to fulfill their basic needs. Researchers at the Columbia University Center of Poverty and Social Policy found that the payments made during the last 6 months of 2021 managed to keep 3.7 million children from falling into poverty. Now, let me know your thoughts. Do you support the child tax credits over stimulus checks? Do you think that we need to make sure that we do those, do the stimulus checks, do both? What are your thoughts on that? Now, what is the Support Act? The Support Act was first introduced in the House of Representatives in the last Congress when Democrats held control of the chamber. No co-sponsors are listed on the bill. Now, what else does the legislation provide? Not only does the law mandate that checks be sent, but it would allow making serious changes to public services offered by the Federal Reserve. Representative Omar's proposal mandates that Federal Reserve member banks to provide bank accounts or Fed accounts to residents and to business domiciled in the United States for the purpose of holding digital dollar balances. These accounts will be required to offer specified banking services, including debit cards, online bankings, automatic bill pay, and automatic teller machines at the U.S. postal facilities. Now, in 2021, just over 80% of households were fully banked, meaning that they had access to a bank account and did not need to rely on money orders, payday lenders, pawn shops, or other types of institutions that are disproportionately used to unbanked households to meet their transactions and credit needs. Representative Omar plans could increase the financial resiliency of households by offering all households a public option to store their money and ideally access to credit, reduced dependency on predatory lending institutions. So they're saying they want to make sure that everybody gets access to bank accounts, has digital access, and also they want to send this out probably digitally through direct deposit. So that way you can get stimulus check support for the next 5 years and also child tax credit support. And again, this was proposed back in 2021 as the Support Act. Now it's being reintroduced, and shared this with you last week when it came out, and now getting more traction over the weekend. And we're going to be seeing if this gets more support as we're hearing the economy is getting worse and worse and we enter into a recession. Let me know your thoughts. And again, if you want to look more into this bill, there are several different ones proposed, but this one is coming back, starting to get traction. I will link this in the description below for you from the 117th Congress, H.R. 4895. This is the Support Act. Here is the summary, and here is the bill's actual text. If you would like to check it out, I'll have this linked in the description. It'll go through all the details of this plan that they're trying to bring back. And again, if you want to see the reports that came out just about a week ago, be sure to check out the video that I'm going to put on the screen right here. You can go ahead and see, and this is just a follow-up that more articles are coming out this weekend on it. We'll see if more comes out. And also, Social Security. This is supposed to be the year of Social Security reform, and we're getting a lot of ideas of what we can do with the excess funds from my community, the members section. And you guys, if you've got any other ideas or any other things, let me know. I will keep you guys up to date as stuff rolls out, as they've got to do something about Social Security and the recession coming. And we've also got a debt ceiling crisis on our hands right now. I'll keep you up to date on everything. But with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. Check out this video next right here, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.